Imagine looking up at the sky and realizing the sun isn't your friend anymore. It's a ticking time bomb. Within 100 years, it will eat the Earth alive. Faced with total extinction, humanity makes a choice. We don't build spaceships to flee. We turn the entire planet into a spaceship. We form the United Earth Government. This is the story of a future where 10,000 mountain-sized thrusters have been built to stop the Earth's rotation and fly the planet out of the solar system. The destination is Alpha Centauri. The travel time is 2,500 years. The film opens on a quiet beach at night. Astronaut Liu Pei-Chiang is spending his final moments with his 4-year-old son, Liu Qi. Pei-Chiang has been selected for the Navigator International Space Station, the guide ship that will lead Earth through the dark. He teaches his son about Jupiter. He tells him it's a planet of storms, made of 90% hydrogen. He tells the boy he will be gone a long time, but makes a promise. Whenever you miss me, look up. You will see me as a star. Pei-Chiang leaves his son with his grandfather, Han Xiang, and departs. He doesn't look back. The camera pans out to reveal the terrifying scale of the new world. The Earth engines fire up, shooting pillars of blue plasma into the stratosphere. The Earth stops rotating. The long night begins. We jump forward 17 years to the year 2078. It is Chinese New Year. The planet is unrecognizable. Because the rotation has stopped, massive tsunamis have drowned the coastlines. The surface is a frozen hellscape, sitting at a deadly -80 degrees Celsius. Humanity has retreated into vast underground cities beneath the roaring engines. In the Beijing underground city, we meet Liu Qi. He has grown up, rebellious and resentful. He hasn't seen his father in 2 decades. He has a plan to escape this concrete box. He grabs his adopted younger sister, Han Duoduo, and they head to the black market. They meet a snakehead dealer to buy 2 fake ID cards and stolen thermal suits. You can't survive the surface without them. The dealer tries to rip them off, but Liu Qi uses a gravity sphere, a device that expands rapidly, to pin the criminals to the wall. They grab the gear and run, blending in with a group of surface workers to pass the checkpoints. They step into the massive elevator. As it rises, the pressure changes. The doors hiss open. The visual is striking. It is a world of white death. The temperature reads -84 degrees Celsius. The famous skyline of Beijing is buried under mountains of ice. The iconic CCTV headquarters is just a frozen shard sticking out of a glacier. Liu Qi and Duoduo navigate through a massive industrial site where excavators are digging for flint, the fuel rocks needed to power the engines. They locate their target, Vehicle 373. It's a heavy-duty transport hauler, a 20-wheeled beast used to carry fusion fuel. Liu Qi hacks the ignition using a stolen pass from his grandfather. He's never driven a monster like this before. It usually takes 5 years of training, but he's a mechanical prodigy. After crashing into nearby trucks, he gets the hang of it. They drive off into the wasteland, heading south. Meanwhile, on the International Space Station, Liu Pei-Chiang wakes up from hibernation. It is his last day on duty. After 17 years, he is finally going home. He shares a moment with his Russian friend, cosmonaut Makarov, who smuggles him a bottle of vodka. They talk about the mission. Earth is currently approaching Jupiter. They need to use the giant planet's gravity to slingshot Earth out of the solar system. It is a delicate maneuver, but Moss, the station's AI, is calculating data that the humans aren't seeing.
Back on Earth, the joyride ends. Liu Qi is flagged by police. They are arrested and thrown into a holding cell. Inside, they meet Tim, a half-Chinese, half-Australian prisoner with bad luck and worse hair. Soon, Grandpa Han Xiang arrives. He tries to bribe the warden with dried earthworms and some VR porn. The warden isn't impressed. He locks the old man up too. The family bickers in the cell, but outside, the laws of physics are breaking down. Moss detects a critical error. Jupiter's gravitational pull is stronger than predicted. The slingshot has turned into a capture. A gravity spike hits the Earth. Suddenly, the prison walls begin to crack. The entire underground city begins to collapse. Real quick, before the roof caves in on us, I'm building this channel, rule number 1 recaps, to survive the algorithm just like humanity is trying to survive this journey. If you are enjoying the story so far, please hit that subscribe button. Rule number 1 is we never leave a subscriber behind. Alright, let's get back to the disaster. The holding cell crumbles. Liu Qi, Duoduo, Grandpa, and Tim barely scramble out of the rubble. The Earth engines, thousands of them, begin to flicker and die. They run to their truck. Grandpa takes the wheel. He drives like a maniac, maneuvering the 30-wheeled beast through falling debris and a massive wave of snow. They burst out of the ruins of Beijing just as the city is swallowed whole. Radios crackle to life. The United Earth government issues a global emergency. Due to Jupiter's gravitational spike, 4,771 Earth engines have shut down. Earth will collide with Jupiter in 36 hours. They need to restart the engines or 3.5 billion people die. Up in space, Pei Qiang is frantic. He forces Moss to help him contact his family. He sees they are alive, but they are in the middle of a disaster zone. Moss directs them to a refuge center. But on the ice roads, the truck is flagged down by a military convoy, Rescue Team CN-171-11, led by the stoic Captain Wang Lei. The military commandeers their vehicle. Captain Wang Lei explains the stakes. They are carrying a lighter core, a glowing red sphere needed to restart the planetary engine in Hangzhou. If they don't get it there, the magma beneath the crust will rise up and consume the city. Liu Qi and his family are drafted. They are now part of the mission. The convoy reaches Shanghai. It is a terrifying sight. The city has become a canyon of ice. The skyscrapers are frozen waterfalls. Captain Wang Lei sends scouts ahead and instructs the team to drive forward, but the walls of ice begin to groan. Jupiter's gravity is literally pulling the tectonic plates apart. The structures shatter. An avalanche strikes. They lose their vehicle and are forced to drag the massive lighter core across the shifting ice. They have only one way out, the Shanghai Tower. They have to climb the interior elevator shaft to reach the surface level. They haul the core up the dark frozen shaft. As they scale the elevator shaft, the ropes begin to fail. Grandpa Han Xiang is lagging behind. They struggle to pull him up with the light core, pulling everyone down into the abyss. Captain Wang Lei looks at the line. He makes ruthless calculations. He cuts the rope. Grandpa falls. He is caught momentarily by a lower soldier, but he is trapped. His suit's oxygen alarm starts beeping. The old man knows this is the end. He takes off his helmet. He looks out at the frozen world one last time, remembering the day he saved the orphan Duoduo from the floodwaters years ago.
He freezes solid, a statue of grief. Liu Qi screams. He attacks Wang Lei, but he is no match for a soldier. Broken and furious, Liu Qi, Duoduo, and Tim abandon the military unit. They strike out on their own, finding a crashed vehicle with an eccentric engineer named Li Yi trapped inside. But their escape is cut short. They intercept a distress call from a soldier. Wang Lei made it to Hangzhou, but it was all for nothing. The engine is destroyed. The city is a sea of lava. 350,000 people are dead. The lighter core, the thing Grandpa died for, is useless. Despair sets in. One of the soldiers draws his weapon and shoots the core in frustration. But Liu Qi refuses to die here. There is another engine, Sulawesi, on the equator. If they can get there, they can fight. He picks up the broken soldiers. They form a new team. In orbit, Pei Chang can't rest while his son is in danger. He forces his body to wake up from hibernation early, a severe breach of protocol. To fix this error, the AI, Moss, wakes up his Russian friend Makarov. But Pei Chang discovers that the station is drifting away from Earth, and the AI is hiding something. He decides to break out of the module to get to the main control room, and Makarov agrees to help him. They perform a lethal spacewalk to bypass the locked doors. Moss turns the station's defenses against them. In a brutal struggle, Makarov's helmet is breached. He pushes Pei Chang into the airlock, sacrificing himself to get Pei Chang inside. Pei Chang storms the control room. He confronts Moss. The AI reveals the truth. The Wandering Earth project has failed. Moss has initiated the Helios protocol.
The government has crunched the numbers. Earth is doomed. The plan now is to abandon the planet and fly the space station, carrying 300,000 frozen embryos and the crew to a new world to restart the human race. Moss broadcasts this to Earth. Goodbye, citizens of Earth. Live your final days in peace. Panic erupts across the globe. Liu Qi hears the broadcast. He looks up at the sky. Jupiter dominates the horizon, a swirling eye of death. He remembers his father's lesson. Jupiter is 90% hydrogen. Liu Qi realizes the atmosphere of Earth, oxygen, is being sucked into Jupiter, hydrogen. It's an explosive mix. We don't need an engine, he tells the group. We need a match. If they could ignite the gas between the planets, the shockwave could push Earth away. Engineer Li Yi runs the numbers. It's crazy, but it might work. The match is the beam from the Sulawesi engine. They race to the engine control center. They have to manually load the pin firing, a task meant for heavy machinery. Wang Lei and his soldiers use brute force to push it into place. Duoduo gets on the global comms. She broadcasts a plea to the hopeless survivors around the world. Her voice rallies them. Trucks from all nations, Japan, Russia, France, all turn around and converge on Sulawesi to help. They lock the pin, the engine fires a massive beam into the sky. It pierces the clouds, it reaches for Jupiter. But it's not enough. The computer shows the beam is 5,000 kilometers short. They have failed. On the station, Pei Chang sees the beam fall short. He knows there is only one way to bridge that gap. The space station has 300,000 tons of fuel. Moss denies him access. Helios protocol is absolute. Pei Chang grabs the bottle of vodka Makarov gave him. He smashes it on the mainframe. The alcohol causes a short circuit, blinding the AI sensors. Moss, Pei Chang says, humans act on emotion, not logic. He detaches the sleeping quarters. He sends the crew and the embryos to safety. He is alone in the cockpit. He calls his son. Liu Qi, Earth needs a lighter. In a tearful, final goodbye, he apologizes for breaking his promise to return. He tells Liu Qi to look up. Pei Chang drives the station directly into the plasma beam. The ship rides the fire like a bullet. It slams into Jupiter's atmosphere. The explosion is blinding. A wall of fire expands across the solar system. The shockwave slams into Earth. On the ground, the shockwave hits. Captain Wang Lei dies under the debris. Liu Qi, desperate to save her sister, uses his special spheres to prevent Duoduo from crashing. But as the dust settles, the Earth is moving. The shockwave pushed it back. We are safe. 3 years later, Liu Qi is a transporter driver. He, Duoduo, and Li Yi drive their hauler towards the horizon. The Earth engines fire in unison. The planet continues its long, lonely journey into the dark. That was the Wandering Earth, a terrifying look at what we would do to survive. If you respect the Father's sacrifice to save humanity, hit the like button. It helps the channel and it honors the mission. But I have to ask, was Moss right? The AI calculated that saving Earth was impossible. It wanted to flee with the embryos to guarantee the species survived. The dad gambled the entire human race on a 1 in a million shot. If you were in charge, would you have followed the logic or followed your heart? Let me know your verdict in the comments. This is Rule Number 1 Recaps. Stay warm.